Reusable learning objects. So what is a reusable learning object? Well, essentially, a reusable learning object are short, self-contained digital learning activities that are often stored in a central online repository. Reusable learning objects are small in size, varying in timing from about 5 to 15 minutes in duration. This is why we can take a larger recorded piece of 50 minutes in duration and make it into smaller chunked materials, making more accessible reusable learning objects. Reusable learning objects are focused on a single learning object or objective. So therefore, when you consider developing an RLO, identify what your main objective is. Focus on what you intend your audience to learn from that reusable learning object. An RLO should be designed to present information around a single learning objective. As stated, a learning objective identifies what the learner is required to do in order to demonstrate mastery of the concept. And determining an objective allows you to align the type of practice and the assessment that are most helpful for achieving that objective for the student. And remember, when you're developing a reusable learning object, develop your learning objective with Bloom's taxonomy in mind. An RLO also uses a mix or wide variety of media. In the development of a reusable learning object, it is usually interactive or engaging for the learning, and also comprises of a wide variety of multimedia, from text to video to imaging to audio. An RLO can be made up of a sequence of pages, for example, an interactive book, and it can also be standalone. Therefore, it can be easily shared with colleagues within an institution or even outside of that institution. The development of reusable learning objects are led by communities. These communities or teams of individuals will come together to develop common reusable learning objects on a particular subject, for example. The development of reusable learning objects rely on basic frameworks. So when you're considering the development of a reusable learning object, outline the content of your reusable learning object and how that aligns to the learning object. Create your script based on the content and put your presentation together, therefore storyboarding the reusable learning object. For the development of reusable learning objects, we have to ensure the accessibility, i.e. therefore, those reusable learning objects should be open access and they should be easily shared amongst colleagues over the internet. These are all the key to developing high quality reusable learning objects. And essentially, we can use these reusable learning objects to flip the classroom, moving away from the traditional classroom to a more flipped classroom approach where students engage with reusable learning activities in an asynchronous environment, setting them up for a more active, collaborative classroom based on group work. If you're interested in developing reusable learning objects, then contact the Higher Education 4.0 instructional design team